Hey, Shalom Alaikum, Yabashmi Al-Shabrakata. You know, I seen you get it on the Northern Kingdom. That's beautiful, you know. Them saying that to you is just showing that we still under the curses. So we can't be in the new covenant. With the Wadi Yabashmi Al-Shai, Yabashmi Al-Shai Brakata, and Brakatam, and Brakata to you and your household. So let me just double check. Hey, Shalom, Elder Sagala, Yabashmi Al-Shai Brakata, and Brakatam to you and your household. Alright, sounds good. Khan, beautiful. The Wadi Yabashmi Al-Shai. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to all the sincere elders and apostles in this truth, starting from the 1 West days and even all the way to Abba Bivens, who is Elijah, who is starting this. I want to give double honors to all the other elders, giving us that non-stop energy. To Wadi Al-Bashim Al-Shabashim Rakakadash. Shalom. And so, going into it, there's a lot of things that are happening. You're seeing the Spirit of the Lord working on this place. And you're seeing all the prophecies that the Lord said before showing their hand. The Lord is showing his hand on this place, saying that this is the time. So let's get into it. Because look what's going on. It's the things on Twitter. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but you see the prophecies are really every day now. So this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 40. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. Why is it? That's destruction. Why does it say woe unto the world? Because destruction is coming. Very much evil is about to hit this planet because they have dwelt in great pride. All these miseries. Let's grab it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8. Verse 50. Alright, get into my other apocrypha. That's just craziness over here. The 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time. So they dwelt in the world with great pride. Why? Because look what's going on. You know, the brother was out there talking to the Northern Kingdom and all the kingdoms, pretty much. And what do? They start calling them the N-word. Which is, you can tell that we're not in property. Because what did the Lord say? Let me grab this. This is Jeremiah. Bear with me. In that time, I forgot, it's Jeremiah 3. Let me just grab this. Let's get to the point. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now the words that I speak in thy ears. Why the Lord telling it? He said, just to let it be known. Because this is what the Lord told his people to say. And 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Let it be written and speak it to the words of prophecy. And what is going to happen? Prophecy is what's going to happen before time. And so we see that evils are multiplying because the Lord has put them on this earth. That I speak in thy ears and in the ears of all thy people. So the Lord put in on the highways and hedges, put the Spirit of the Lord on men to tell them what's going to happen beforehand. And he was going to put the Spirit on them to tell them all these evils that are going to be multiplying. You see in all these destruction, you see in this pestilence going throughout the world. Look at what's China. There's a new pestilence that's coming. It's a pneumonia type. You already know that's a lot of death when it comes to pneumonia. You can't even be around people in that thing because they can't breathe. They take more water. They take more food. So the Lord is bringing forth in the time of when it's about to be a famine. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old. So it's nothing new under the sun. From even all the way to Enos, to all the men that have ever prophesied has prophesied the same thing. The destruction of these empires, the destruction of all the heathen rulership, and then that Israel is going to rule on the earth. So this is what this says. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, both prophesy against many countries. What do they? They prophesy against Babylon, the first Assyrian Babylon Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire. They prophesied against Egypt. They prophesied. No, I'm always a slow starter, but I get to it. This is the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, both prophesied against many countries. So what did they say about Egypt? Let thy people go or the destruction. The Lord rose them up. So they are always going to fall. The Lord has always had his prophets to tell them what was going to happen in the before time. Tell them that these empires are going to fall. They're just a shadow of what to come. And against great kingdoms. So all those 4 major empires, the statue that Nebuchadnezzar seen, and the 4 beasts, all of them has been prophesied against. Of war, and what is going on now? We're seeing war like it never has been. Civil war, international war, wars against the same people, the wars against just everything, wars in the truth. The Lord has been prophesying. He told his men to speak it of evil. And that's just say like, oh, we're going to evil in the world. It means bad time. The Lord said it was going to be a very, very bad time on the earth. And of pestilence. So you see, not just the pneumonia, you still have that one that was in Peru. What is it? I forgot what it is. You see it, all the ones that are in Africa, all these pestilence and bugs. You see, a pestilence just means a plague. So you're seeing a lot of places that are having an increase of insects, increase of dead animals, increase of all this stuff. The Lord has been putting forth that energy since the beginning. Because he said, let me grab that and then grab the elder's precept. You know, let me grab this. This is Isaiah chapter 46. This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10. I'm going to start out 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Lord. I am God of the Lord. I am Yahweh, I am God, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me. He is the power. The Lord is the power. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. No other power has existed. So he said before time, he sent his messengers that prophesied against every kingdom, against all these idols. Look what he did to Egypt. He cast down Egypt's idols, just as he's doing now, this modern day Egypt. Declaring the end, saying when your empire was going to start, and he even shows signs. He moved stars and planets to show this is when your empire has started and this is what's going to end. And when it's in, you're going to also get a message from my messengers, which is the prophets that you're seeing now throughout all the streets of Babylon, throughout the entire world, prophesying it. From ancient times, all the way when we're coming back from the east, because that's what ancient, things that are not yet done. So nobody knew what the sea was going to be until now. Look at now, now it's being manifested, but that's only for like 20, 30 odd years. We didn't even have the technology, but the Lord said, yep, this was going to happen. He used one of his prophets that prophesied evil against Babylon the Great, that this was going to happen. He said nobody even knew these empires were going to get together, Gog and Magog and all that. But what happened? Now they're all lining up. This is what the Lord has brought forth. Saying, my counsel shall stand. And has it ever stopped? What has the Lord ever said that didn't happen? He has put the Spirit on his men and the prophets. He even doing it in a small little thing. Because look at the Lord will have his men just speak something little. And you might say something and then it happens. And it just happens so fast you won't even expect it. I will do all my pleasures. And that's why he prophesied against all these kingdoms. Because he's showing his people what a unrighteous kingdom would happen to him. What happens when we mess up, and he's showing you that his pleasure is to give you the kingdom and also to set you right, you Israelites. And yeah, that guy's going to be destroyed. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 2. Declare ye among the nations from the elder Sagalah and Shalom Shangar, Yabashim Al Shabrakatah. Declare ye among the nations and publish. What is it? Publish. We got to look up that word publish because it's a lot in the Bible. Just not saying that, just write it down. You proclaim it. Let's grab it. This is publish. And I like the etymology a lot because it's just how language develop. Issue to the public. So when he says issue to the public, not go out to the back streets and everything, go into the highways and hedges and proclaim it among everyone. To everyone, hide it not. I'm gonna grab it after this. I'm gonna finish it. But declare it among the nations and publish it. Make it, issue it to the public, to set it and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. You're not supposed to hide anything. Freely you have received, freely you have given. Let's grab that. This is Matthew chapter 10, Matthew chapter 10, just as the Lord told us before, just as he told the prophets, when he put the Spirit on the prophets, this is what he told us. He said he was going to give us the Spirit. So this is grabbing. This is what he told his the 12. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the ways of the Gentiles. And it's talking about these heathen nations. But into any of the cities of Samaria enter ye not. So he said, go unto all our people that didn't know who we are, because now we don't know who we are. And this time day, that it was going to be a falling away first. But he was talking about going to these, when they look at Gentiles, go into the way of the Gentiles. That's not talking about the heathen. That's talking about the lost of our people. And then not into the Samaritans, because it's going into it. And go rather unto the lost sheep of Israel, because a lot of the circumcision wasn't hearing them at that day. And go ye and preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers. And how does a man cleanse his way? By hearing this word and getting it and understanding that the Lord is with them. That's Psalm chapter 119, verse 9. And preach. Heal the sick, cleanse the leper, rise up the guest, cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely you have given. Provide neither gold, nor silver, nor brass, nor purple, nor scrip in your journey, neither two cords. Having faith, listening to it, using the rakah, whatever the Spirit tells you to do. You know, when you pick your camp area, you know, actually the Spirit picks it. Or when you go into what you're going into that day, that's what the Spirit is telling you to do. You're just going to have to trust in the Lord and publish it as you were supposed to. Never hide it. Issue it to the public. Set up a standard and publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Baal is confounded, Marduk is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken into pieces. What is the Lord doing? Casting down this empire. And how do were plagues against their gods? And what is the Lord doing? He's attacking all the gods of the modern day Egypt. Gold, oil, and drugs. This is what Babylon the Great is. That's what they worship. They worship money. They worship folly, all these things. But the most important is they use their dollar to get people to fall. Hey, this is Shalom Nathanya Bashim Al-Shar Brakatah. Let me grab that. This is Jeremiah. And my bad, sometimes when I read stuff, I mix it up, but I always correct it, so you see that. So this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. So what did the Lord do? He used Babylon, which is the modern day Babylon, is America, Babylon the Great. He has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. And you know, when you have a cup, what do you drink from it? That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken her wine, therefore the nations are mad. You know why? Their mind is these philosophies. And you know how they use it? By worshiping this God, this beast system, which is going on to their money, change it into their philosophies. Because once they take their money, you have to start doing stuff with them. Pretty much rituals into like God. You have to start making your people homosexuals. You have to start taking certain aspects out here, feeding your people certain things, letting your people get experimented on with juicy juice. All these things that they make you do once you take their dollar. Babylon has suddenly fallen. So this is why the Lord said, He's casting it down. We're making that this place is going to stop. It's going to be cast down. All the gods are going to be broken down. Babylon has suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her and take not bonds. Why? Because the Lord has sent His prophets to prophesy against this place. So it is through. The Lord said He was going to declare, and He told us what the end of this place was going to be. So we're supposed to be casted just as in our law. When we would see idols in our land or in places that we took over, we would have to destroy that place. We would have to destroy those temples, and we have to cast down the idols and break them down. Take balm for her. Take balm for her, if it so be she may be healed. You think she's going to be healed? Whoa! We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. That's why He told us to get out of this land. That's what He told us, meaning spiritually, and then He's going to actually deliver us physically. Because this place is polluted. Only it's going to show death. It's only going to bring you problems and issues. But continuing where I started. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15. Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and destruction draw nigh. So what did the Lord say? The sword and destruction is coming very, very fast. We're seeing terrorist attacks. What do you think that's going to cause? What's this? Let me grab it. Forgot where it is. This Twitter. See, we're watchmen, so we're always on the news. And if I didn't say it, Shalom Nathanya Bashim Al-Shar Brakatah. Brakatah. It's just loading real quick. All right, look at it. A video, the Canadian border attack. I'm just trying to see where it is. Let me just grab this. This is new alarming surge mystery. Grabbing the article. It said the prophets before me prophesied against war of great evils and pestilence. This is a mysterious ammonia spreading in schools in China, which children showing symptoms like lung inflammation and high fever. The children are affected, showing unusual symptoms, including lung infection and a high fever. Notable, there is no cough. Other typical symptoms associated with the flu and respiration and other respirational illnesses. So they don't have no cough and there's no other typical. So it's a new thing. The Lord put it for a one that it's attacking, literally causing lung inflammation and a high fever. Late on Tuesday, associated with issues, ProMed, a widely accessible government surveillance system, was monitoring infectious disease back in December 2009. It played a critical role in bringing a mysterious virus named, you know what the virus is, to the attention of numerous doctors. So now that same one that founded that one, it's now seeing this new one that is way different than any other pestilence that has been on the earth. Like you see C19, now it's one that doesn't have, because when you have a cough and when you have cough, sneeze, and all that stuff, you can combat it with certain herbs. But since now it's just strictly lung, some people can mix it up with something else. Oh, maybe they're just feeling a certain way or that one. Hey, Shalom, Elder. We'll call it Yahweh Shemel Shem Brakatham and Brakatham to your household. But let me grab this one. Just a couple articles in this. Been a struggle today. Look at this. A Biden Pentagon official, Stephen Francis Havoc, is one of the jobs overseers of an elementary school of the Pentagon. He is just busted in a massive human trafficking sting in Georgia. So look at all these people are getting exposed, which is another way that you already know that the Lord is not, what did he say? He was going to expose Esau. He was going to make them bare, and he was going to cause more. Because when you see in that, they were control of an elementary. He was in control, let me see. He was overseer of elementary schools for the Pentagon. And now he's in a part of a human trafficking system. But I'm looking for a particular one. I don't know why. I think they took them all off. But that terrorist attack in Canada on the U.S. border. I had the article, but they took it off, so no worries. Well, that attack is just showing a prelude. So now they're exposing everybody, they're getting everybody against each other, and now they're about to get ready for war, because if they haven't everyone have a different size, confusion, or look at this guy, he's getting arrested, look at this happen, a terrorist attack over here, a terrorist attack over there, we have to lock it down. We have to put forth martial law so we can get stability in the land. So that's why the Lord said, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. So they see a disease. So look it, they said it's going to be a disease. Now we have to get on the medical lockdown. We can't travel. We can't do this. We have to hide from that. And then also we have to protect you from these terrorist attacks. So now we have to watch over you. So now we have all these evils. You have to come to us. So the Lord said, for the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. So you're going to see the people that want freedom, those die-hard Americans, they're gonna be like, nah, look at this. Look, why is all the people that were for Biden, why are they getting in trouble? It says, see, look what Biden has did. Now they're getting the Democrats against the Republicans. Now they're getting the people that are, you already know those crazy psychopathic sodomites that are running around causing mayhem in this world. They're going to get them against the people that are for the children. Look at all these things that are happening. That's why they're having a lot of human trafficking. Sword in their head. So now the Lord is actually manifesting. If you haven't been with the gun rights lately, they're having a lot. The ATF is literally losing every single case on holding back what kind of guns you can have. California used to be one of the strictest states. You know how many guns they just allow to be in the United States now after these ATF court case losses? And now they keep pushing it back, holding it back, right for the right time for Christmas so people can buy those with swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition. And that's what they're aiming for. They want you to start going against the government. Then they have a right to start bombing you, or they have a right to start having these the Gurkha troops and these NATO troops to come down and kick in your door. They want more people to attack so they can have these on. Now it's on video. They are pushing for you to do it. And you see Judah is not, they're not wasting no time. The Lord is rising them up. They're going robbing places. And now you're seeing people saying, well, we got to defend our business, killing them. For a sedition among men, evading one another. They shall not regard kings nor princes. So all these government officials getting arrested, getting things that they're supposed to be doing, becoming hypocrites, because that's the worst thing you can be too. To be an overseer of an elementary school involved in human trafficking. People that are supposed to be for hospitals. Oprah Winfrey, everybody like him, involved in human trafficking. The Lord is literally making these, having Esau, Edom expose these people so people can trust no one, and especially their kings. They say, why would we go to the government? All there are is pedophiles and princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in the power. A man shall desire to go in a city. Well, now they said, you don't want to travel. The lockdown has to happen because we don't want you to get disease, and then you got to watch out for the terrorist attacks. You're gonna have to. Why do you think all of a sudden they closed down one freeway, which they by a fire all of a sudden? But how many fires I have seen on the freeway on my time being a driver, and they never closed down that big a part of that freeway, and they didn't even really damage it like that. It was a fire. That's concrete. Concrete doesn't burn. So what kind of thing that would burn concrete like that? A terrorist attack. So they're closing down freeways. They're closing down, spreading and sanctioning all these that go into particular things so they know how to control the flow of traffic. So they know, because remember, the freeway is built and paid for by the Ministry of Defense, or the Secretary of Defense. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because their pride of the city, they shall be troubled. And that's why all these miseries are going to be happening. Their houses shall be destroyed, and their men shall be afraid. So when people can't go city to city, it's certain areas that they don't really have grocery stores like that, and they have a huge population. Like this area, they have like probably 2, 3, 4 miles, they have a Walmart and all that stuff, but they wouldn't be able to provide food just in that area. So what would that bring? Looting, theft, people killing each other. And there are also a lot of those areas where a lot of Edomites live. They don't have no grocery stores. They have to go miles and miles to go into it, to one store, and they have the most guns. So what is that telling you? And they might have farmland, but remember, majority of the farmland is so corrupt from all the chemicals they have it that they wouldn't be able to last. Imagine, you forgot they have the Monsanto. What is that? You have to get a certain thing and you have to spray a certain thing. So what if one of them get a disease? This is what happens when you have all the same type of plants around. Genetically modified, not a lot of organization. One disease happens, just like when you go into a chicken farming. When you go into chicken farming, they have to kill every chicken on the block because they're all so closely related to it because Esau put his hand into it. Once they get a disease, that disease wipes out the whole thing. So that's what's going to happen. You think they're going to have this farmland? No, it's going to be wiped out from it can be just one little pestilence. And since they're all the same, all of them have to be Monsanto, just wipe out the whole crop. And what is that going to bring? Let me grab that. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly the sown places shall appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So now you're not going to be able to go to the store. Now you're not going to be able to go to the farmer's market. Now you're not going to be able, because all of these things are going to be just completely, utterly ransacked. And who are going to have it? You think the cops are going to help you? They're going to be the ones that are stealing it more than anyone else. Most of the cops are corrupt. You forgot. Most of them have bodies and got away with it. So they're even wickeder than a lot of these niggas. and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound. And you've been hearing that, and you're hearing the prophets speaking. All these things telling you, alarming it. But what are these people doing? They're just letting, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna buy a bag of rice. Not knowing that you are fucking 400 pounds. What is a fucking bag of rice gonna do to you, for you? You got a bunch of never fasted children that are demons. What is that gonna do for them? Hey, Shalom, Sarah, Malah. My bad, I'm bad at pronouncing stuff. I have a trouble reading. But Shalom, Princess Yabashima Shabraka. And at that time, when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. So you see these terrorist attacks? Well, now they're going to make it believe, since all these evils happening, that he said domestic, you're going to hear a lot of domestic terror. Hey, Shalom, Hananiah. Yabashim Al-Shabrakathum. It's a lot of domestic terrorists. All this evil's happening in the world is because of these, who are they going to blame? You Hebrews. You know, the ones that have fringes, the ones that made yourself a target, the ones that have been speaking DTA, which, remember, when these systems start getting pushed out, let's see if we can stand. Because if you're not going to be able to, even if a heathen comes up to you and not tell you straight up what you believe, are you going to do that in front of everybody? Are you going to lie to them? No. Look it. So friends shall fight against another. Salakia. I got distracted. My bad. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear from those that dwell therein. And the springs of the fountains shall stand still. And the 3 hours they shall not run. So you're going to have problems with the water running. You're going to have problems. Well, look at all this water is ran by electricity. So you got to see, most of the water that comes from California, if you're in that area, it comes from the mountain. It comes far, far away. And you need a lot of things, because aqueducts, you can't have them out here. Look at all these telephone lines, have all these things. So everything is going to go to an abrupt stop. The grinding shall cease because there's going to be war. It's not going to be able to travel. Well, if you're not going to be travel, they're going to not need as much, what's it called? Business, like you have a business, entertainment, or you have a business of, you provide stuff for people that travel entertainment, like you make cookies. Well, now your business is going to be completely in, because nobody's going to want them. They're going to be worrying about just having the essential things. They're going to be worried about, they're not going to be able to travel and have fun. You're not going to be going on ice cream dates. But whoever remain from all these states I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end. So the Lord is about to put us through a test, the hour of temptation. So let no man, let's grab that. This is Isaiah, this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. So you had the word, if you were a prophet, you made it public, which you published it, which is you proclaimed it openly in front of everyone. If you were a believer, you believed, you prayed. If you were all these people, you did all these things. You kept the Lord's word. What he told you. You measured the time diligently. What's going to happen? I will also keep you from the hour of temptation. So that's what you're going to have to rely on. It is the Lord keeping you from it. Because if the Lord is not with you, it's going to be death and destruction. If the Lord is not going to keep you, you're going to be swallowed up. Because what is that day to you? Let's grab that. Amos. You know all these people but they're not keeping the word. They say, yeah, man, I believe. I'm doing that. They're out there doing wickedness, knowing they're doing wickedness, knowing they're causing deceit, knowing all these things. What do you think the Lord's going to do to you? Let's grab this. This is Amos. chapter 5. Oh, my bad, it's chapter 3. Bear me out here. It's in Amos, I can't see. I don't remember. This is, yeah, there it is. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. Because if you haven't not kept the word of his patience, you haven't listened to what he was doing, woe unto you. One is like, man, hey, I can't wait until the Lord deliver me. Why? What have you did? Belief without works is dead. You just having that, well, we can grab that right after. But woe, the ones that have kept the word of his patience, that went through the suffering, didn't sell out, didn't go through the thing that grab that little comfort, to try to get that little consolation, to try to get a title they shouldn't have got it. All this stuff, all these ones that have not did this, not having went through that suffering, because that's what patience going into, suffering. Desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it to you? What end it? What do you think is going to happen to you? You think the Lord is going to be all fine and dandy? You just sold out. You just did all this stuff. You got the juicy juice. You just lit that. You sold out one of your brothers for some food. You took the seal. What do you think the Lord's going to do to you? What? I'm just going to repent. That's what you think. Or the Lord's going to forget. The ends justify the means, you think. What end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness. What do you think is going to happen? The Lord is not a pretty day there. If the righteous scarcely be saved, what is it to you? I'm going to grab that too. Darkness, not light. As if a man flee from a lion. So a lion, what can a lion do to a man? It's a part of danger. It's dangerous when you're around a lion. Well, when you're fleeing from it, and a bear met you. So man, he was like, oh man, I just got I'm food. And then a bear, something worse coming out and get you. Bam, mow you up. And then you went out to the house and you got away from them. He's like, oh man, I got away in that situation. Maybe he is dealing. I know what I did. Maybe he is. I didn't keep the word of his patience. And you lean your hand on the wall and a serpent bit you. And if you get bit with a serpent, how worse is a death than that? Would you rather be ripped apart, or would you rather die slow, painful death? Hey, shalom, ad float, Yabashim al-Shar Brakatah, sister, Yabashim al-Shar Brakatah, to your household. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness? What do you think is going to happen? The day of the Lord, he said, this is a day of judgment. It's a terrible day of the Lord. That's what he said. The Lord is terrible. He is about to cause destruction. He is about to have a record of bodies in this day. So if you're not keeping the word of his patience, you are not going, if you're not suffering, you're not keeping his word, and you're not suffering for that as Yahushua suffered. Yeah, man. That's how the Spirit works. Calm, Lord willing. Not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it. It's not. If you're a wicked dude, it's not going to be good for you. If you're a worldly person, if you're a heathen, everything about that day, everything when it gets closer, it's going to get worse and worse for you. And that's what it goes. And this is not talking about Babylon. This is talking about our people, but I'm just going to read it because it is Thanksgiving tomorrow. I hate and despise your feast days, and I spell not your solemn assemblies. Those is talking about the ones that are Israelites, thinking that the Lord is actually caring about your sacrifices. You doing all this wickedness, doing all that stuff, and you think you can celebrate the Lord? No. The Lord hates you can have the most famous Passover ever. If you're not unworthy to eat if you're unworthy to eat of that lamb, you're going to be destroyed. And then like these holidays that are coming, the Lord's about to cast these down. You're seeing what he's doing with the traveling. Hey, Shalom, King, servant Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Brakathum, Brakatah, and Brakathum to your household. So I'm going back into it. Let me grab this real quick. I know it's Peter's, but I know I don't have that page in there. Peter's. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 18. I'm gonna start at 17. This will start at the house of the Lord. I'm gonna start at 12. Beloved, think not strange concerning the fiery trials which is to try you, because this is the word of his patience. You have to go through the suffering. The Lord is putting you the trials so you can get refined to be able to go through this day. So if you don't keep it, what do you think is going to happen? Though some strange thing happened to you, but rejoice in ever so much as ye are partakers in a Mashiach suffering. That patience, the patience of the saints. And what happens? That when his glory shall be revealed, and remember, hey Khan, you grabbed it. I hate, and I read it again, but I'm gonna read it again from the brother Hananiah. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 21. I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not smell your solemn assemblies. And that's talking about the people of the circumcision. The Lord's tired of it. If you're not doing it, you're not in the right spirit. He's not going to care about he doesn't care about if you're doing what the Lord, celebrating those holidays. He's not going to smell your righteous sacrifices per se. If you're not doing what the Lord is not obedient. If you're not obedient unto what the Lord's doing, keeping the word of his patience, he is going to destroy you. So that's why you have to look. In much we are partakers in a Mashiach suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, he shall be glad also with exceeding joy. And if ye be reproached for the name of a Mashiach, happy are ye. The ones that keep, you know why? Because the Lord is going to keep you from that hour of temptation. Happy are you. The Lord is going to keep you from that situation if you are partakers in a Mashiach suffering, going through what he has to went through. And remember, an easy form. The Lord is giving you the easy form of it, because his term was way worse, and he couldn't sin, and he didn't sin. So you got it easily. Happy are ye, for the spirit and glory of God rests upon you. And on their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part it is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. We have to strive lawfully. Even if they're gonna try to make us murderers and all that stuff, you still not supposed to cheat. Like some niggas, and the truth is, because that's what they are. These are not men, they're niggas. They're busybodies, going in everybody's matters, lying, cheating, doing a whole video. If you do a whole video with not one scripture, you should reevaluate your life, saying it's a spiritual rant. No, that's not a spiritual rant. Yet, if any man suffer as a Mashiach, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on his behalf. Bam, look at that. So when we suffer, like Acts the 5th chapter, as Stephen, when we keep being on it, so it's going to be some of the people that have to take that. They're going to have to be able to suffer that situation and have that glory that he had, because he had the face of the angel. You know why? He had the glory of a Mashiach, suffering for Yahweh Shai. But For the time has come that the judgment must begin at the house of the Lord. That's why it has to start. So you seeing all these terror, what do you think they're getting ready to? They're getting ready to, hey, yep, it's the Israelites. Yep, we told you. And Israelites. It'd probably be that. It's crazy that it was Canada because it wasn't some dude in Canada, an Israelite. It wasn't even an elder saying no DTA. Watch him be the first dude to be. See, it came from his. Watch. For the time come must begin at the house of God. And if it first began at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel? So you talking about these niggas, DMX, he got put to death, but like niggas like that, well, you already know they about to get it. They're about to get it worse because they're sellouts. They don't even know nothing about it. They won't have no stability in that time. It's going to be like begin at the ones that know. What shall it be in the end that obey not the gospel? If the righteous scarcely be saved, if they barely get saved, what do you think? Like, oh man, they barely made it through. A lot of them is going to be the ones that in that Amos the 5th chapter. They're going to go into situations until the Lord ultimately, when he puts that, because he said he's going to choose your delusions, until he puts that evil upon you, and then you're going to die a horrible death. This is, Salakia, this is the brother Hananiah, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 8. Now, as Jannes and Jambri withstood Moses, so do these who resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds, reprobate, void of their judgment. You see, they like, all right, who got the most followers? I'm going to follow him. Or even if they're speaking in the spirit, but actually, I like how he got a video. Oh no, he has. Look at. He got more followers. This is how because they're reprobate, void of judgment concerning the faith. They don't actually have faith. They couldn't choose. They couldn't see what was spiritual if their life depended on it. So do these also resist the truth. That's what the man of corrupt mind. Their mind has been corrupted by the things of the world, things of the things of their own belly. So what happened? That's why they pick these stupid things, and that's why they're going to have a horrible, destructive death. Thinking they're going to be saved. They're literally going to be like, Lord, Lord, haven't we prophesied in your name? And he's going to look at them like, nah, man, you remember what you did? You know what you did. You already know you were jealous about someone. You tried to literally kill a brother. No, the Lord is going to destroy you. And righteous scarcely be saved. Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Wherefore, let the suffering according to the will of God commit themselves, their soul, in the doing well, as unto a faithful Creator. So let's go back to it. Who's going to be able to? Yeah, I'm a slow starter, but you know, once I get it started, the Spirit just takes over. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep the hour of thy. I will also keep thee from the hour of thy temptation, which shall come upon all the world. Everybody's gonna have to deal with it. Everybody on the planet is going to have to suffer the evils that the Lord is about to put on it. Because that's where the separation is going to be. And if you're not an Israelite, you're about to deal with a horrible thing. And if you're a wicked Israelite, it's going to be horrible for you. If you know the truth, it's going to be even worse for you. If you don't keep the hour of the word of his patience, you didn't suffer for his word. Going through the suffering as a Mashiach went through. To try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. But it's not, you don't even have to do it for very long. For the elect's sake, the Lord is going to shorten it. Even this time that we're going through is short. Let's grab it. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, and what is iniquity? Lawlessness. Because that lawlessness, because this lawless people just doing what they want to do, the love of many shall wax cold. So all these people that are saying they were showing love, and you already know, and the Lord knows, and because we even had conversations with the brothers and they switched up, complete switched up on some wicked shit. Their love is going to wax cold. Or you have it with these people in the world. You think your parents love you? They might love you now, but watch when a sandwich is in the way. What do you think they're going to do? Because they're not keeping the Lord's. They're not going to suffer like a Mashiach will suffer. They're going to sell you out. The love of many shall wax cold. It's going to get bad. You're going to have somebody that you thought was a friend bust you on the side of the head. Say, I told him he's a terrorist. You're going to have this person, and he's going to cook you up. And he's going to do it the wicked way, not even kill you. He's going to be cutting pieces off you until he fills himself up. Hey, how's it going? I got a question. What's your father's ethnicity? Huh? Yeah, like, you see these? Yeah, are you one of these? Are you one of these people? See, look at it. Look at this one. Enemy. Man, never mind. It's all right. The Lord is repent. Remember, you need to not get on drugs and that. Huh? You're after them. You're black? No, it's fine. Yeah, man, you got to get right or the Lord's going to destroy you. Hey, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. Ye and all them that live godly in a Mashiach shall suffer persecution. Look at that. This is what the Lord told you. This is not what's it might happen. It is a thing that has to happen. The Lord has to purge out their iniquity. They have to purge out all the things about you. Everything. He has to purge out that unfaithfulness out of you. And how do you do that? By pain, persecution. You're going to have to go through it. So if you think you can just hide yourself away or try to do it, then you're in the wrong spirit. The Lord is going to destroy you. But he that shall endure unto the end. So all the evils that are happening, and that's from the brother king of Yahushua. All the evils that are happening shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So if you can finish it, not, hey, I started, Lord, I tried, can I get a participation trophy? No, you're going to be destroyed. You're going to die worse. You have to finish it, endure to the end. And that's why the Lord has the prophets in here. What prophesy evil, pestilence, because this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness in all the nations until the end come. Well, let me grab this. I'm going to drop down to verse 21. For then shall a great tribulation. Hey, Shalom, Princess Yasharala, Yahbashim, Yashar, Brakathum, and Brakathah, and Brakathum to your household. For great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world of time. So the Lord has been having at the beginning that the prophets and prophesy evil, destruction, pestilence, and nothing is going to compare on what's going to happen to Babylon the Great and in the end of this world. To all these places, all these nations, it's going to be more evil. They keep saying biblical proportions, floods, biblical proportions with locusts, biblical prophets with pestilence. No, you haven't seen nothing yet. The Lord is he is showing himself, but it's going to be a time just like in the Wisdom of Solomon that they don't know this is the Lord. It's not going to be without a doubt. Even the wicked. They said even the Magi's and the ones that cast out demons, they were too afraid to do it. They said they knew the Lord. The only person that was going to do was coming to the prophets and the men of the Lord. Because if you're not keeping the word of the patience, you're going to be caught up in it. And it's going to be hilarious to the Lord. Because he said he's going to laugh at your calamity. Thus said the Lord. And these are the times that are coming. So you better get right. Except those days be shortened. I said I didn't finish. Nor no shall ever be. It's going to be the worst ever. Except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. How many times have you seen newly created creatures roaming around eating people? How do you never seen people you're going to see more dead bodies? It's going to be a drop from a wave. There's going to be dung on the ground you have to walk over. How many times have you seen it? Well, you're going to. if you are alive, unless the Lord takes you out beforehand, if he have mercy on you. Look at it, like you see the end of this world, the end of this year is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 12, 31, 12, 31. 12, 31, 2003. It's just signs of just the Lord. And what did he say? He always told a man 3 times. He always told him, and this is the last warning. You already know 2004 is about to be horrible. 2024. So, except the days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. For the elect's sake, no, for no one else. The Lord he's going to extend your death if you be wicked. Like, you might, when you get hit with the noose, you don't know the Lord is a master of time, a master of everything. You might get hit in a nuke and he make you feel every cell get melted. Everything you feel, he make you feel how your eyes get blinded. You don't know what the Lord is about to do with you if you don't keep the word of his patience. That's why, back into Revelations 3rd chapter, verse 11, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So don't let, not even yourself. If you don't get right, if you hamper, if you fail, quit, do all this stuff, you are going to be destroyed. Are not aware of that? Or do you not understand that if you quit, if you do all these issues with, you're about to deal major hell. You're about to go through things. So unless you keep with the Lord, it's no hope for you. Let no man take your crown. Him that overcome will I make a pillar in the temple of my God. Those are the ones that overcome. So you better get your mind right, because you don't have a choice. This is not an option. It only death, repent, or death. That's what you have. Repent, get your mind right, get strong, or die. That's what the Lord is calling for you. And how do you get strong? Through Yahweh Shai, through his prayer, fasting, keeping his word. And he shall know more, and I will write upon in the name of God. So this is what you got to have, that mindset. You have to, man, that nothing, it doesn't matter what happens, you pray unto the Lord. Nothing's going to keep you from praying and doing what the Lord has from you. It's lucky I had something in my mind. I'm trying to think what it was. Let's grab this. Since I can't remember, it's gonna pop in my head though. Watch. Lord willing. This is actually, I'm gonna grab this real quick. Forgot I don't have Hebrews 11th chapter. I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is Ezekiel. Because you say that the year ends on 1, 2, 3. Well, isn't that music? That's how you do the song. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, on one that has a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument. For they hear their words, but they do them not. So they hear it, and all that stuff. It's a beautiful music onto them. You think it's just hey, yeah, folly and all that stuff, but it's not. It's seriously. It's serious.
What's up, Black?
What's up? And but they hear them not. But when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. That's how you're gonna know. If you get destroyed, if you see the destruction happen, that all this stuff happen, what's gonna happen, that's how you're gonna know if this is the lie or this is the truth. Because since you don't want to get it, you don't have faith, you're gonna find out by death, by pain. If you want to know and you don't want to put and keep the words of his patience, you don't want to do what the Lord told him to do, you don't want to pray unto him, you want to be wicked, you want to do all this stuff, then you're going to find out what the Lord is about to do to you. And that's going to be the very lovely song when we, Lord willing, of that number. Because that's talking first and for me too. That if you don't keep it, you fail, you do all this stuff, destruction and death is going to happen to you. This is not a game. This is the Lord. So with that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahuwah, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak Wadash, the Wadiyah Ba'Hashem, Yahshua Ba'Hashem, Rakak Wadash, and DTA, above all, death to America, let all this place burn. Shalom. Huh? Shalom.